All right, let's get in this. Get that straight. Cool, all right. Okay, I thought I'd film a quick little bit. I've been working on the car and I bought this Tin Man crossmember. I absolutely think it's wrong for the car. I'm not sure if they sent me the wrong one or what the deal is, but I went back to putting in the stock crossmember and got my transmission up. It was hanging down so low with this crossmember, and I can try and show you maybe right now the way it kind of sits. Okay, this is the stock one. It curves here. This is upside down, so it curves here to let the exhaust run under and mounts the transmission. So this one will go this way. Okay, and if you look at it sitting on this metal at the same position, you'll see how much lower this would be. Okay, so based on where this is and where this is, we're probably like a good, I don't know, an inch or so lower than we should be. So the transmission was really drooping down. There's no provision for spacers on the frame rails here. So after putting in the stock one, what I figured out was, you can see the little orange marks here. This is where my holes need to be to keep this in position. Now, of course, I could have lopped this off and changed the transmission mount, but I wanted to make this as easy as possible. And maybe this will help somebody down the road. So the plan here is, if you see where the orange marks are, I'm going to cut off each end of these. I've made these little pieces out of, I don't know, what is it, 1/8 inch? No, it's a 1/4 inch, sorry, 1/4 inch plate. Okay, so that's the same thickness here. So if I cut this off, I'm going to position this. You can see where I've got the holes. They line up with those orange dots. I'll run a bead on both sides, and that'll be my new position. So a very slight modification on each of these ends. Got one on this side as well. Okay, and then that'll let me use this stock crossmember. My plan is to create something like this on my own. I do like the cutouts for exhaust. I think these could even be a bit more extreme, but for now this will let me mount in the transmission and not worry about it. I'll take you around here and show you. I've been busy with a few different things going on. Let me unhook this camera. So I built a CNC plasma table. So this is all hand fabbed. I ended up buying the DXF plans offline for the gantry and stuff like that. So I built this whole table. This is a 3x4. So what I think I could start doing here is making my own crossmember, or maybe offering them to people if they're interested. Anyway, that's the plan, and I'm going to get back on fixing this one up for now. Okay, hopefully it's not too dark under here. But now you can see the crossmember mounted in just over here where I did the modifications, and over there. So the transmission's sitting pretty good. A couple inches here from the floor. There is some room still. So here, between here and the floor, again, a couple inches. So I'm thinking if I modify this in my next design to come up a bit higher here, I can have a little more loop, a little higher to the body here to allow my exhaust to run over, or run under rather. And then this can flow as it would to still mount the transmission in the stock location. Anyway, that's what I'm thinking. All right, well, while we're out here, I may as well wrap up and just show you what I've been working on. On the fueling side of things, I've got the tank all hooked up. The way I'm doing the fuel lines, after a bit of research, is I've got a splitter down here. So I've got a Y. So that's going to be my in. So that flows in to each rail. Okay, so the in flows to 2 rails. It loops across the front here. I've made all these lines in the little green check here. Anyway, so that flows in the back, across the front, through the regulator. So that's mounted up front here with a straight and the 90 that's going on. And then below we've got the return. And this is one solid line that runs from here underneath the intake, comes out at the back here. And I've got these cable kind of dividers. So that one runs all the way along the frame rail. So I've just got to make the one last line at the bottom here, and that'll be complete with send and return. What else? As you can see, I've got the covers off here. That's why all the plug wires are hanging. The way that the Ace is wiring set up, I can't run it through the center here with the plugs. I don't like them, they're too bulky. So I'm gonna notch out a little groove at the back here to run the wiring at the back. You can see from the front of the motor, you can't see anything on the firewall. But what I did was a bulkhead fitting at the back here. So this is a split piece. It's all billet, so top and bottom, and it's got 2 holes. So that allows one side to run out for my engine. I'll run the other side out here for the auxiliary items like headlights, high beam, low beam, all that stuff, horn. Yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at. Waiting on a master. I'm going to switch from the booster style power brakes to manual. So I'm going with a different size bore. I got new lines here for the power steering. So this is kind of more AN line fittings. I'm going to be switching out the front rotors, calipers, all that stuff. Currently it was set up as I think 11-inch. Anyway, now that I'm running 18-inch wheels, I don't like the spacing. There's too much space here, so I'm going to go with a set of 13-inch now and Brembo calipers rather than the Willwoods. So just trying to get some of the wiring laid out. As you can see, it's a big mess. But yeah, figured I needed fuel to get the motor fired anyway, so I started doing those lines. Wiring, get to next, a little bit in between here and there as I can on this car. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for checking it out.